Hey guys, what's up? It's Steve coming to you from Time Warp Comics here in beautiful downtown Cedar Grove, New Jersey. Visited by name. Yes. Did you see that cool pan down shot we got? That's actually a drone that we use from our friend Manny Padilla, a mutual friend of our guest correspondent today. I'm sitting here in the lounge with our pal, the woman who will be the conduit to all the people that need to understand what fandom is. This is Ivy right there. Hey Ivy, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, thanks for coming down. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Pretty
Thanks
cool, right?
for having
Pretty
me.
cool, fun place, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
It's
All right.
super. I just want to look at everything around here.
You can. That's what I like. That's what I mostly like about places that are like this, because you can walk around, you can discover things. First time I came here, I saw all the shirts,
Yeah.
so I was happy about that.
Nice.
You know, so but then again, like all the really cool. Plus, every Wednesday is the most glorious day of the world. It is New Comic Book Day, so you can come here and just walk around. It's like Willy Wonka in a way.
All right.
Yeah. So the reason that you're here is because you're going to help us understand people who don't understand the fandom, what it's all about.
Right.
Right. You know, when I first asked you to be on this show, what was your first reaction?
Oh man, my first reaction was nervous because I dance, but I don't speak.
Okay.
And that's why I love dancing, because I don't need to talk on stage most of the time.
Right.
But what also kind of made me nervous was I know nothing about fandom.
Yeah.
In fact, that word is new to me too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I feel intimidated by the amount of knowledge there is out there and the people involved in that culture, how much they know about that. And it sort of seems like this, if you don't know, then you're not a part of our culture. But I mean, there's so many cultures like that.
Yeah.
As with anything.
Right. Like, I don't know about engineering.
Right.
What if we're doing a show about engineering?
I cannot be that conduit. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this isn't the engineering show. That worked out nicely.
Yeah.
All right, so you actually have some questions for me.
I do.
All right, so hit me.
Okay. From the people that don't know about fandom, or what interests you the most about this culture? Like, what has brought you here?
Well, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
heavy kid, it's all right. I identified with the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Because he was kind of cool. Big guy. I was usually never that green, but still kind of cool.
Sure.
And it was a vicarious adventure because you got to live things that you couldn't live in real life. You got to live through the Incredible Hulk of him smashing stuff. Like that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
I can't smash things. I'd like to smash things, but I can't smash them.
I feel like you could smash
I could.
things.
I'm a big guy. I could if I really wanted to. But then they take you to jail, so I can't really afford that this week. But also, I've been going to conventions since I was like a fetus, and just walking around, and it's like, damn, look at that fetus, look over there. And it was a great place because you get to like hang out with people that love the same things that you love. So it's like a big group hanging out, and I could mention something like back in in the early days, it was mostly Star Trek.
Okay.
And you're not a Trekkie, you're a Trekker. That's the first thing.
Wow.
There's your first lesson right there. You're a Trekker.
What's the difference?
Trekkie is, I think, like new wave versus punk. Trekkie is, it's like what everybody says, but like people in the know would say Trekker. So they would.
Wow.
That would be your entrance word right there. So you get to hang out with people and say, dude, check out the episode where like, Spock freaked out because he had all of his emotions. He was bottled up. You're like, yeah, man, that was a great episode. See, in the real world, they're like, what? So at least you were hanging out and you got to like explore. You got to see things that were coming up, and it was a great positive experience. And then from there, sometimes life can be a bit mundane. You need a release valve, and you get to explore like this fantasy. And I got to learn about science through Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. I got to learn about mythology through Thor. I got to learn about patriotism through Captain America. It's just all these fascinating things as a kid learning, and in a way also, for me personally, I wear glasses, I'm wearing contacts right now, but seeing something visually helped me understand things.
Okay.
And I got to read and at the same time see a visual. So that's why I love this world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as far as the amount of things that are required almost to be a part of this world, like the figurines and just like the amount of paper used in all these comic books and like the outfits. And how do you feel like that all comes together, and why does that all happen, and why are these things sort of accumulated
by the people that are in this world? Because you now own a piece of that world. You've seen the fantasy in your mind, but now you go like, oh cool, it's a Deadpool figurine, or or that's Captain America's shield, man, gotta have that. So what I saw on the piece of paper in 2 dimensions, or what I saw in the movies, I now own in 3 dimensions.
Right.
It's real to me now, and now I'm in that world, understanding that there is a real world.
Right.
There are people in Japan, they're called otaku, and otaku are people who are so immersed in that world, in the matrix, that they just don't want to come out. That could be a problem, but with me, it's like I have a Deadpool shirt. My wife loves Harley Quinn. She has a Harley Quinn shirt. She's gonna dress up as Harley Quinn, as a cosplayer. It's costume role playing.
Okay, I knew that one.
You heard that one.
Yes.
You get to live the fantasy. You get to own a piece of the fantasy, and that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, why do you think it has driven certain people in versus people like me, or that need the conduit to understand? How come I haven't been brought into this culture?
That's your own personal choice. I mean, now you have an actual interest in it.
Yeah.
And now this is the first step into your journey, which is the world of imagination. I feel like Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
They're calling right now. Oompa Loompas calling me right now. I think it's just all personal preference. I think you have to make a connection. There has to be that moment where you had a connection to a certain thing. Like with me, it was the Incredible Hulk, and that led to Star Trek, and that led to a whole new world of science fiction, horror, and fantasy, and superheroes. Once you have a connection with a certain character, then you'll step into that world and see there's so much more out there. Right. And even if you get a chance to go to Comic-Con, or any Comic-Con, you can, there'll be some freakazoids, which is perfectly fine.
I love a freakazoid.
You gotta, and sometimes you gotta freak. That's all I'm saying. And then when you step into that world, you're like, oh my god, this is pretty freeing. I could be anybody I want to be here, and it's perfectly fine. So that's you'll find once you make that connection, that initial connection, I think you'll find. So we got 2 minutes to go. So what do you think? What else we got?
Oh man.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Well, as far as having outsiders step into this culture newly, not fetus.
Yeah. Not fetus.
Not from a fetus.
Not from a fetus.
What about the intimidation factor and the sort of, what the word you used before, like...
I use the term called nerd rage.
Nerd rage.
Nerd rage.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Okay, those people...
Yeah.
Just smile at them. Just smile, because they're the nerd bullies, okay? There are bullies within this world.
Okay.
And they say, well, this is my world. I own this. You can't step into my world. No, just let them talk. Let them be who they are. It's perfect. They're perfectly fine, because they have their reasons for why they are. You don't have to be intimidated by that, because you're there for your own reason.
Right.
And I'd say like 99% of this world is accepting beyond belief.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that 1% who are just like, you don't know nothing. You're just trying to be like in my world. You're stupid. Get out of here with your hat. So it's perfectly fine. It's just like any culture has their bullies and has their accepting people. Just laugh at them.
Yeah.
Don't have to deride them, because they're gonna, karma's gonna get them eventually. So it's perfectly fine.
And use the word trekker.
Trekker.
That'll get halfway through the door, at least.
Halfway. All right, so that's basically it. Hey, how about a hand for Ivy over there? Fantastic job. Look at you. You did it. So now we're more comfortable.
Yeah.
Now you know what the show's about.
Feel good.
Okay, all right. Ivy's going to be hanging out with us. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask through Ivy, that's perfectly fine. You can either message us right here or message us, on the Facebook page. And Ivy is here for you. For the fan who are still learning about this universe, I want her to be your representative, your guardian, your trekker. into this brave new world. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for my pal Ivy right over there.
Woo!
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Steve. This is the Strangio Show. Check us out on so many different applications, but start right here at facebook.com/the Strangio Show, and we're on 17 different platforms. So wherever the hell you are, you can see us. So it's pretty cool. I'll talk to you guys soon.